We are live. Wow. Actually back on. This is kind of a little test run just to see how this goes. We'll see if anyone comes in here. Right now I'm speaking to myself, but that's quite all right. We'll see if anyone comes in. Let's see. Gianni Catalano. There he is. How you doing, Gianni? Good to see you. Yeah, we'll take a little ride to Long Island. We're in Howard Beach, Cross Bay Boulevard. Andrea Fatale, how you doing, buddy? Hope you're doing well. Back for now. Gianni, we're going to head out to the island. We're going to head out to Long Island. We're going east. I think my first stop is going to be in East Northport. So we'll get on the Belt Parkway. We're in Howard Beach right now. This is Cross Bay Boulevard. Biggs, how you doing, buddy? Mr. Stiliano, Tommy Stiggs, welcome, sir. We're going to Long Island, not Jersey today. We're going to Long Island. But I definitely want to start Stiggs. You know, when I'm in Jersey and I start going around in Jersey, I'm going to need your assistance, your geographical assistance, if that makes sense, because I'm still getting to learn Jersey, still getting to learn it. Krumel, hey buddy, long time no see, Krumel. How you doing, man? Biggs, appreciate it. There's my man right there, Mr. Rodri, a Skip original that is now formed into, a prominent member of the Theme Do panel. Nice to see you, Rodri. Coach Train, will you go to work? Will you go to work, Coach Train? Instead of bothering everyone on YouTube, will you get a friggin' job? I don't. Well, Long Island, Long Island and Brandon, it might as well be. It really might as well be. So, Cross Bay Boulevard, we're going to get on the Belt Parkway now. I didn't even check the traffic, which is usually not a good move because you can get blindsided. Anyone that knows the area, there was a halal guy right here on this corner. He's been here with the chicken and the lamb and the rice. Now he's not here anymore. He had good stuff too. It wasn't your typical, chicken and lamb over rice. It had the nice Indian flavor, little curry action to it, and it was perfect right there on Cross Bay, right before the Belt. I don't understand where he went. Belt Parkway. As you can see, there's traffic coming the other way. Let me pop open my Google Maps just to make sure I'm not running into any traffic. No, we're clear. We're clear out to East Northport. It should take about 40 minutes or so. So this is a cool little test run. I guess the live button still works. I guess everything's still functioning. I'm assuming you guys can hear me and whatnot. Belt Parkway. Howard Beach is basically right next to Kennedy Airport. So right here is your exit for Kennedy Airport. To the right, Van Wyck Expressway. The bottom of the Van Wyck Expressway, or the south end of the Van Wyck Expressway, is right here, which goes right into JFK Airport. If you head left on the Van Wyck, then you're going up to the Bronx, Whitestone Expressway, Throgs Neck Bridge. Yeah, Gianni, there's test streams everywhere. Testing here, testing. I wanted to name mine Test, but I didn't want you guys to think I was like trolling or something. I actually wanted to name it like yeah. But yeah, look at this traffic on the other side. Not the side I'm on. Look at this on the other side. It's dead stop coming back. I guess I got to stay out on Long Island for a little bit. I am starving, so I'm definitely going to go get my tacos in Westbury. There's a great little Mexican restaurant in Westbury. It's right near the old Westbury Theater on Newton and Post Road. Oh, Post Avenue, Post Road. I had, as many of you might know, I'm in a darts league. Darts, as in ARTS, an actual league that comes out of all these bars and stuff. And the bar that we shoot out of is a restaurant down in Rockaway Beach, and it changed hands. It's in new ownership now, and it's now a smoke. I don't know if you call it a smokehouse, I guess, where they sell brisket and ribs, and it's a real like Southern style smoked. Am I sounding weird? Okay, hold on, guys. Hold on. Hold on, guys. How am I sounding on, guys? Andrea and Krumel. You know what it is? I had earbuds in. I figured the earbuds would work better. But I'm going to go back. When I've been on with Dean I've just been hopping on with just the phone microphone. So I'm back now to just the phone microphone. I think it was the earbuds because I was getting that comment last time also when I was using these earbuds. Good now? Good? Okay. Yeah, so I think I just have to stick to to using just the phone's microphone as opposed to putting the earbuds in. Andrea Fatali, that traffic on the other side, that's construction. I mean, yesterday I got caught in that. I needed to go to Jersey yesterday, and if Tommy Stiggs is now with us, it's now okay, Andrea. Okay, yeah, so it's those stupid earbuds. I either got to get new ones or not use them. Sound is pretty low. Huh. I appreciate this feedback. I'll pick it up a little. Maybe. No, we'll see. Maybe I just need better earbuds. I don't know. What was I going to say? Yesterday, I had to go to Jersey, Bernardsville. I said it wrong when I was with them. I said Bernardsville, and they corrected me and said Bernardsville. But it took me about 2 hours and 15 minutes when it should normally take me about an hour and a half. And that was at like 10 o'clock in the morning. Why are people going to Jersey? That is a great question, Andrea Fatali. I am forced to in order to pay my bills. I have to. No, Jersey, I'm learning. It's a whole other state. It really is. It's a whole, to New Yorkers, New Yorkers have such a skewed view of the world outside of New York City. To us, New York City is the center of the universe, and everything outside of New York City is just a suburb to New York City. It's just like, well, how far are you from the city? And anything out of New York City is just considered suburb or rural. I think I read a stat that every single county in the state of New Jersey is considered an urban county. Now let that sink in, especially for New Yorkers or people that know the area. New York City is the most congested area you can think of. I know there's more congested areas of the world. I think maybe Budapest is probably more congested, and some, maybe somewhere near where Andrea Fatali is more congested. Gianni Catalano, you're exactly right. A lot of people will say, even Springfield, Massachusetts, the tri-state area, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, they'll consider anything, within 2.5 hours or 3 hours or within, call it 4 hours, suburbs of New York City. Everything pretty much sprouted from the city center of New York City. Long Island is, I guess, a little different just because geographically it's a little sliver that literally sticks off of New York City. But Jersey, it's its own state. I know that's just a general,
just like Massachusetts is, Gianni, you're in Massachusetts, it doesn't matter what's going on in New York City, so to speak. You have Boston, you have Cambridge, you have Springfield, you have these big cities, you have suburbs of those big cities, and then you have rural areas off of those big cities, and that's that. Connecticut has its own cities. It has Stamford, it has Greenwich, it has Hartford, it has Bridgeport. It doesn't matter. It doesn't necessarily, but in general, the fabric of the whole entire area, the tri-state area, the metropolitan area, does stem from New York City. But once you go out into Jersey, which has to be the same in Massachusetts, you tend to realize that this is its own little world. This is its own state. People don't give a crap about New York City here. They left. Maybe they miss it. Maybe they don't miss it. But Jersey has Newark. It has Elizabeth. It has Linden. It has all these different areas. And then, like Newark, for example, is a major American city that we forget is kind of right there. We forget Newark. Newark is a major American city that we forget is there because it's right next to New York City. And, it's lost some of its luster and some of its desire, so it hasn't had much influence into it. Whoever's there, has pride in their area, but there's not much new going into there. But then you travel outside of Newark and you're hitting suburbs, like what we just did right here. We just crossed into Long Island. We're in Nassau County. The same transition happens when you're in New Jersey and when you're in Newark, and all of a sudden you're driving and you get on 280, and then boom, you're in the mountains. It's unbelievable. It's beautiful. It really is. Long Island to me is almost like a purgatory. Gianni, that's an interesting comment that I'm seeing right there. Yeah, I'd maybe that's the way to put it. Personality. See, I realize, like, when me and the girl, we go away, right? We take a road trip. Say we go to Ocean City, Maryland. Or we go up to Gina and Mike F. How you guys doing? Gina's so happy you caught alive. I remember we couldn't catch each other forever, Gina. But very nice, very, very nice for you to catch alive. And Mike F., always a pleasure, man. Always. It should be fair. Mike F., I won't put that on the screen. Out of respect for Stiggs and Moochie and ALV, we're going to be very respectful. Well, let Stiggs start spamming the chat again. We're going to have some nice words about Jersey. But the truth remains, when you are in Newark, you feel like you're in a major American city. You see the old factories. You see the old, it is what it is. Back to what I was saying. When I go on Tommy's, there he is. I was saying we're going to take it easy on Newark. We're not going to say anything bad about Newark. It's a classic, major American city right here in our backyard that we don't even realize is there. Some people, people have come and go. Industry has come and go. Cultures have come and go. But we'll be nice. No disrespect to Newark, New Jersey. Back to what I was saying. When you leave the area, say you're taking a trip down south and you're taking I-95 down south, as soon as you cross the Delaware Memorial Bridge and as soon as you get up into Jersey, you feel that New York personality, Gianni, or that New York feel. As soon as you hit South Jersey. Now, if you talk to Tommy Stiggs or Moochie and you say, yeah, as soon as I get to South Jersey, I feel the New York, they're going to say, what are you, nuts? South Jersey is a completely different world. But in comparison to the rest of the country, when you're on 95 and you're coming up, all of a sudden, everyone's being nice, everyone's keeping right except to pass, no one's cursing anyone out. All of a sudden, you cross the Delaware Memorial Bridge, you get onto the Jersey Turnpike, you start seeing the exits for Atlantic City, bing, bang, boom, you got people cutting you off, you got people flipping you. The atmosphere changes. When I go up to Vermont, Gianni Catalani. Oh, and Don Tito, not to is that what it is? Don Tito, not to ignore you. My favorite part of Long Island. You know what's funny about this question, Don, is that this weekend I had my daughter's birthday party, so I was talking to my uncle, and we like cars, so we were talking. He just got a new car. My girlfriend got a new car. We're discussing, and we were discussing Long Island and different places to move, and it's whatever. Where I'm getting at is he asked me, if you hit the Powerball, if you hit that Powerball for $830 something million, and you could move to anywhere on Long Island, anywhere in Jersey, where would you go? I would have to say the Glen Cove area in general is probably the nicest. When you go further out east, not the Hamptons. I don't like the Hamptons necessarily. I think the North Shore out east is nicer than the South Shore out east with all the wineries. What is that? Sound Avenue up there on the North Shore, out to Greenpoint and Orient. I really like that up there. Again, if you have millions upon millions and you can buy something for, 2.5 million, but then at the same time you can go and spend, $25,000 a year in property taxes. Give me Locust Valley. Give me Muttontown. Give me Center Island. I guess extreme North Shore, Nassau County, between Glen Cove and Syosset, if you want to call it that. Assassinino, verbalmente, with the disclaimer, with the asterisk. How you doing, sir? Good to see you. Thanks for stopping in, man. I appreciate it. Gianni, I go up to Vermont quite often. Not southern Vermont, but I go up to north of Burlington, St. Albans. I was there, actually not too long ago, a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago. So when I go up that way, you can go two ways, Gianni. You can go 87 New York State Thruway all the way up and then cross at the border in Rouse's Point, New York. Or the way that I went last time, you go through Connecticut. So stick with me, Gianni. You go 95 or the Hutch, which turns into Connecticut 15, right? The Merritt. Oh, look at that state trooper to the right. You see him there? A little sneaky. You take that to basically the Bridgeport area, and you catch 91 up to 89. There's a spot on 91 when you're basically parallel to Boston where you can feel the whole atmosphere change. I feel like I'm in New York until I'm way past Springfield, way past Hartford. I think it's Route 2 maybe that runs east to west that goes to Boston? When you're parallel to Boston, that's really when you feel the difference. Yo, Ange, how you doing, Yo, Ange? Good to see you, and Matty Marinara, and Steven Tortola. Sorry, hey guys. Long time no see. Matty Marinara, how you doing, buddy? Matty Marinara, I'm on the island. How you doing? I know you're a fan of Long Island. Southern State Parkway heading out to East Northport, which means at some point I'm going to have to get on what should I take up there? I got to go to the North Shore. What am I doing on the South Shore? Why did I even come on the Southern State? See, you guys are distracting me here. Unbelievable. Let me go here. See tile. Let me see. Long Island Company. Let's see which way I want to go. Okay, yeah. So I'm on the South Shore of Long Island. The Atlantic Ocean is to my right, to my south. I'm heading east. I do have to head north. So we'll take 135 up north. We'll take the Seaford Oyster Bay up to the northern state. So I know someone was asking when I was on Dean Dues if I was on the Long Island Expressway. So basically, the northern state and the southern state, they run parallel to it. My cousin's texting me about the Ryder Cup. some golf coming up soon. Ah, Tommy, no, I'm not going not the wrong way, but I'm going east, so I have to go east. But it's like Tommy, it's like I have to go to Hackettstown, but instead of getting on 80, I got on 78. So I'm going the right direction. I'm going the right direction on 78, but really I kind of got to head north now. So that's what we got going on here. Steve Tortola, I really hope I didn't miss anyone coming in. I really appreciate you guys stopping in. Like, I'm, you guys have heard me before. You know how I feel about this. Very similar to like Miss Tommy Stiggs and Dean Do. It's just pressing live, going live. I'm driving around like a chicken without a head all day. I see a lot of crap in front of me, but really I'm a listener. So that's really, when I do all this driving, I like listening. So to me, I'm not a speaker. I'm not an extrovert. I'm what you call a friendly introvert. I'm more on the shy side. I'm not an overly outgoing person. You won't, a lot of people joke that they kind of have to drag conversation out of me, and you guys hearing this might be like, really, Skip, you've just been talking out of your what for the past 21 minutes and you haven't taken a breath. What are you talking about? And I think where that comes from, like, I feel bad when I go on Theme Do shows sometimes because I feel like I just go off and I don't stop, and I'm like the antenna man where you can't stop me. You know what I mean? I think a lot of that comes from me being an introverted personality. I keep a lot inside of me. A lot stays in. A lot of conversation goes on in my head with myself, to not sound crazy, but if you know what I mean. So then when I open that faucet and it starts sprouting out, it just goes. It really just goes. So, yo, Ange, what's funny about that is, yes, this is the exact way we would go to the Amityville house. And I don't know if you've noticed this, yo, Ange, but have you tried to Google the address for the house? If you try to Google the address for the house, it takes you to a different spot. And Google Maps also blurred it out. So I bet there's, well, besides, the creepiness of the area, the neighbors and Google, they don't want you going there. I know where the actual house is from just going and driving around the area and finding it. But if you just try to Google it, it's going to bring you to the wrong spot. Right, yo, Ange? Yeah. Yep. They blur it out and they put you like across the street or something, or like not near it. So, yeah. So I'm on Long Island, driving around. I'll get back into this, I guess, guys. But that's really, it's unbelievable that I can't believe you guys are in the chat room right now. Like Yo Ange and Steve and Maddie and Biggs and all you guys. Every that's coming here. I really hope I didn't miss anyone. That's my biggest fear when doing these, when driving, is not catching someone when they come in. But thanks, guys, and all the kind words, in the chats. Let me do this. I really do appreciate you guys. I'm gonna try to put the. If anyone wants to join, let me see how long I have on this little ride I have. I'll just do this ride to my first stop. I have about 20 minutes left on this ride. We got 6 people left in here still. Slap the link. You're all welcome. I have to get over Tommy Stiggs. If I don't get over here, then it'll be real bots. If I don't get over here and get on the Seaford Oyster Bay, then it'll be like I went into the Pennsylvania. I went to the Poconos. It'll be a big problem. All right, someone gonna let me in over here? All right, come on. Let's go, Benzito. Oh, Yo Ange, really? Yeah, I've thought about that's cool. That's a cool spot to go. I was actually thinking this morning of a lot of the, not sure if you know this, Yo Ange, but a lot of the folks that come to my channel and what kind of started this whole thing come from the mob genre, if you want to call it, organized crime genre. So obviously, when I'm driving around New York City and Brooklyn and Queens, there's plenty of historical, spots, old areas, old neighborhoods, old things that you can show and points of interest, let's just call it. Long Island's a bit different, although not to get into detail, maybe in a few years, you probably can start to do the same with Long Island in terms of documented areas of organized crime and X, Y, and Z, yada, yada, yada. But in Long Island points of interest, you don't really have, you have them, but in a different sense than the New York City point of interest. So Amityville Horror House. Obviously now you have the Gilgo Beach Killer's house in Massapequa, which I think the police were trying to keep people away from there. Which is right. We're right here now. This is where I think I'm in Massapequa right now. This is the exit from Massapequa. There's the Montauk State Lighthouse, which is way out east. Jonathan C. Hello, sir, and welcome back. I remember you as an original BK Skip viewer. Very nice to see you, buddy. He loves Long Island because Queens and Brooklyn are also part of Long Island. Geographically speaking, yes, sir. The island itself of Long Island contains 4 counties. Starting from the east, working west. Suffolk, Nassau. That's what we colloquially refer to as Long Island. Then when you keep going, you also have Brooklyn and Queens, which are their own county. So you have 2 little counties on the west side of it, 2 bigger counties on the east side of it. That's your island. It's fascinating. Also why Long Island has such a Brooklyn-Queens influence. It's almost like Haiti and the Dominican Republic. New York, Brooklyn, Queens, which is part of New York City, on one side of the island. Nassau, Suffolk on the other side of the island, which is not part of New York City, it's the suburbs, but yet share the same geographic island. Not necessarily the same as Hispaniola, whatever that island's called out there with the Dominican Republic and Haiti. Jonathan C., yes, this is the Seaford Oyster Bay Expressway. This is Route 135, Seaford Oyster Bay Expressway. There's a fascinating story behind this expressway, actually. So we're heading north, right? So the bottom of it, the south side is Seaford. It drops you off down on Merrick Road. We're heading north, where the last, it goes to Oyster Bay. But the original intention for this road was to continue on over the Long Island Sound and head up into Gianni's territory, head up to Connecticut, and connect with, I don't know, maybe Interstate 91. But that was the original design behind this. But it was the people up on the North Shore, the hoity-toity, the air, that didn't want to run through. Instead of having to go around the Long Island Sound and up through the Bronx, you were originally supposed to just continue. I mean, if you picture Long Island, where we're at right now, we're in the middle of Nassau County. There would have been a bridge up north over the Long Island Sound into Connecticut. Mr. Badders, how you doing, sir? I'm right now. I was on my way right towards West Babylon, and then I veered north, if that makes sense. So I'm not far. I'm in the general vicinity. West Babylon is a little further east and on the South Shore. I was on the South Shore, but I started heading north. before I got that far east. So I was very close to it before I got onto this highway. Same West Babylon, is that Suffolk? That is Suffolk County, right? So that's the beginning of Suffolk County. We're in Nassau. I'm going to Suffolk, but I'm going out to the North Shore of Suffolk County. I'm going out to Northport. Ange, you're right. They're on the same island, right? And so is, Brooklyn, Queens, and Nassau and Suffolk. New York City is a beast in its own. It's I've said this before. I think it's fascinating. I don't know if anyone else thinks it's fascinating, but New York City consists of 5 separate counties. Each borough is its own county. So Brooklyn is Kings County. Queens is Queens County. Manhattan is New York County. Bronx is the Bronx County. Staten Island is Richmond County. Long Island, that whole big space, you have 2 counties on. Within one of those counties, there's only 2 cities. 2 cities on Long Island. I've given this trivia question out before. It's a pretty cool little trivia question. You can Google it quite easily, but there are 2, in terms of actual political cities, meaning they have city governments, they have a mayor, they have their cities. There's 2 of them on Long Island. And the word city is not in the name. Like Garden City is not a city. Garden City is a town. So now here we're getting on the Northern State Parkway. We went up north. You see the next exit's for the Long Island Expressway. So the Long Island Expressway runs parallel pretty much. We're going to the Northern State and we're heading east on the Northern State. Northern State is similar to the Southern State, although it's only 2 lanes, but it's a state parkway, lots of trees, no commercial vehicles, no trucks, no buses. School buses end up on here sometimes, but not too often. This is the North Shore is a different. The North Shore of Long Island has a completely different feel than the South Shore of Long Island. North Shore of Long Island, it's way more wooded, more trees, more foresty, I guess you could say, on the North Shore, and it's hilly. The South Shore has much more of a beach feel to it, I guess. Flatter. The concrete's a little different just from the saltwater erosion. Massapequa, West Babylon, Belmore, Merrick, Bellport, Islip, East Islip, West Islip, Patchogue, all those have a real, saltwater influence, if that makes sense. Flat, different style of pavement. Where here you can see this, even you can't tell by the video, but we're going up a hill here. It's a bit hilly on the North Shore. Excuse me. Different feels. Yes, Ange, I find it fascinating. I was saying it on Fiendu show the other day, where I'm a nerd when it comes to geography and maps and the whole civil engineering and what's a town, what's a township, neighborhoods, how they're broken up. I find it fascinating, which is why I'm now fascinated with Jersey, because I'm now learning those little ins and outs of what's what, who's where. So we just crossed into Suffolk County right now. So that gives you an idea. We left Queens right in the beginning of this trip. We headed east. We hit Nassau County. We went north, then east again. We just crossed into Suffolk County. So now Suffolk County is huge, because Suffolk County is from here all the way out to the Hamptons, to Montauk. So that's another, I don't know, 2 hours. So if I stayed, in this direction for another 2 hours, basically, 2.5 hours, call it, that's Suffolk County. Meanwhile, the population of Suffolk County is probably like 1/5 of Brooklyn, 1/5 of Queens, and probably, I don't know, someone can maybe look it up, but the population of Suffolk is probably half of Nassau, maybe, even though it's probably 3 times the size. And Jonathan C., you are 100% correct. I am on the Northern State Parkway. Here's Amityville. So, Joanne's, this is the exit for Amityville, Route 110, Melville, Republic Airport, Farmingdale. But this is the Northern State Parkway, heading east. Gianni, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Like I said, there's been a lot of kind words, even this morning with Edwin, what he said. I mean, I don't know. I don't think too highly of myself. I'm going to be completely honest with you. And I feel like these streams, if I really had the time, I could really make them so much more interesting, have actual facts and information about what I'm showing you and what I'm telling you, go to interesting places instead of just showing you a highway with trees right now, which you could see this. You could see a highway like this anywhere in America. What's unique? But I thank you, Gianni. I really do. I appreciate it. So I have about 10 more minutes on this trip. Then I'll shut it down, and I don't know if Dean Du's going to go on today. I was in Jersey again yesterday. I wanted to go on with Dean Du. I would like to, when Stiggs and ALB and Moochie are around, definitely want to, get their say on different parts of Jersey now as I'm starting to learn it. I'm a nerd like that. I'm a geek like that. Like, especially like even with what I was saying with Mr. Batters. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate Mr. Batters, and I always remember when I was in Manhattan, and you were informing the crowd of exactly where we were, what neighborhood I was in, because downtown Manhattan gets really confusing down there. You get Fi-Di, No-Fi, Soho, NoHo, East Village, West Village, Greenwich Village. I don't know what's what exactly, but you really kind of nailed it for me, and I appreciate that. David S. Cameron, always a pleasure, sir. Always a pleasure. Coach Rain, you better believe it. I got some heavy 24x24s over here that, while I'm pulling them out of the trunk, one little slip, I can get a nice little slice. I always got to have the gloves ready. It was funny. I was, you guys will like this. I was I was in a mechanic in Brooklyn, and saying, I could never, the owner, I could never work in an office. He's always in sweatpants, sweatsuit, always real casual. And I said to him, I'm like, yeah, that's why I love what I do, because I'm always on the road, so I cater to the blue collar worker, the person that's getting their hands dirty. I cater to them. I'm on the road bringing them what they need and, answering their questions and X, Y, and Z, getting them samples. And I said to him, I'm like, hey, every once in a while, I get a couple of cuts on my hand. I got to wear gloves. I swear to God, Coach Rain. Again, I'm at a mechanic in Brooklyn, Gravesend, Brooklyn. This guy almost threw me out of there. He almost threw me out of there by me saying that I get injured every once in a while, moving tiles around. But I was thinking of you. I was really thinking of you, Coach Ray. Hey, anyone that knows tile, ceramic or porcelain or natural stone, if you crack a tile and you have a sharp edge, that sharp edge, you could kill someone. Anyone that's been to jail, I'm sure, knows this. If you get your hands on a tile, a ceramic or a porcelain tile, and you could freaking and you could you could kill someone with that. All of a sudden, good to see you, buddy. I'm happy you made it, man. Did I miss Edwin? Edwin, this is not the Bronx. this is not the Bronx, unfortunately. No, this is not the Bronx. Not today. This is Long Island. This is Nassau County. Suffolk County, North Shore, heading to Northport. I have about 6 minutes left in my journey. That's that. Coach Train, yeah, I know. What's funny is that in all seriousness, you guys are screwed without me. I could make your life miserable. You need a part, you need to get a job done, you need a sample, you call me up. I could either be like, yeah, no problem. I'll drive for 2 hours. I'll get you your stupid PC you need to finish your job. Or I could pull the, I don't know. Last time you were kind of an asshole to me, so I'll get it to you when I get, or I'll ship it. You know what? I'll ship it UPS, and if it breaks, I'll ship you another one. And if it breaks again, I'll ship you another one. So, yes, I do not get my hands very dirty. I do sometimes with displays, showroom displays, when you walk into a showroom and they have all the stones showing and stuff, I'm in the warehouse. But in all seriousness, I'll say it this much. Yes. Yep. No, you know what I mean, Coach. You know what I mean. In all seriousness, no, the guys in my warehouse know me as the guy that's going to make their life easier. They try to make my life easier. I try to make their life easier. So, for example, when we get in samples and stuff, and we get in customer orders, or I'll have stuff sent to my warehouse. When it gets there, the warehouse people will pack it away in my area so that I know it's there. When I get there, technically, now Coach Train, this is the truth. Technically, with what I do, right? When I walk into the warehouse, I'm not certified for they won't allow me to be certified for a forklift, pallet jack, so I can't use the machinery. It's just because separation of divisions. That's the warehouse crew. They're certified for all that. They're insured for all that. They pull the orders. They do all that. They load the orders. But when I go to the warehouse, technically, I can grab a warehouse guy and say, hey, can you grab my stuff and load it into my truck for me? Why did this guy stop at this light? Was anyone else watching that? Why did he stop? You couldn't stop. You literally, and you're not going to back up either. You might as well have just gone through it. So anyway, I am well within my right to go into, I can go to the manager. I can say, hey, can you have Joe Schmo pull all this tile and load it into my trunk, please? I can do that. I don't. They know as long as they, if they pack a pallet and they wrap the whole pallet with all, it's just, I can't move a pallet. But if they load the pallet individually, they wrap 5 tiles at a time, wrap it 5 tiles at a time. And they put it in a way that I can grab it myself. I will go in. I will say, hello, how you guys doing? I will grab my stuff. I will tell them what I took so that they can take it out of inventory. And then I leave. You wouldn't believe how many people in my position won't do that. Now, then again, you also have people in my position that are maybe older, maybe young women that can't pick up 75 pounds of tiles at a time. So there's physical limitations. That's the thing too. That's why I'm well within my right to tell a warehouse person to move stuff for me. And Coach Train, you're right. No one wants to see me with a forklift. Oh, Lord. You know what I did? You'll love this the other day, Coach Train. I had a box, like a heavy box, and there was a forklift next to me, and I wanted to drop the box somewhere. I didn't have anybody to drop the box. So I dropped it on the seat of the forklift, and all of a sudden the thing turned on. I didn't know when you I didn't realize when you sit down on this stupid thing, I guess because it's an electric one, it turns on right away. Oh, my God. Uh, that's even so. Even with my customers, so like Co-Train, perfect example. I'm going to a dealer right now. Now, this particular dealer that I'm going to, I know there's a gentleman in there that can help me with whatever I need help with, right? Some dealers you go to, there's not. You pretty much got to do everything yourself because they don't have a worker there. But even this place, when I go there, right, I'm going to go there. I'm not going to just pull into the parking lot, go grab the guy and be like, hey, I got what you need in my trunk. Go grab it. I can, you know, because this is technically a, you know, this should have been just a curbside drop. So that's what's going on. But I'm not going to do it. I'm going to grab it. I'm going to run it in. All of a sudden, it does not get tracked with this company. A company I was with prior, there was a little GPS tracker because they would reimburse you, I think it was like 5 cents a mile for the mileage when you used your, like, a personal car. I have a work vehicle. I have a gas card that I use to fill up my gas tank. Every time I go to fill up gas, I have to punch in the mileage. So technically, it's tracked in that sense, you know, but not really. It is and it isn't. You know, it is and it isn't. I mean, I think when I got this work vehicle, oh man, talking about tracking mileage, I need gas. When I got this work vehicle, I think it had about 135,000 miles on it, maybe about 6 months ago, and right now it's 138,556. I need its third oil change. Oh yeah. That's what so I can do that also with my customers. Any samples, any orders, anything you see in front of you, I can just have shipped. I can either have shipped on our truck, but then that costs us money with fuel, and you know, then the manager doesn't love that too much. I can have anything shipped. I can have anything shipped UPS, but UPS, they don't care. FedEx, they don't care. They just throw the stuff. They throw the stuff on the ground. And then plus, if people aren't expecting it, and you know, when a UPS walks in, they just have a box, and they throw the box on the the ground. The people inside, they don't realize where it's from. Where if I walk in with something, everyone sees me walk in, and I go and I hand it directly to the person that I want to have it. It's a completely different story to me. Anyway, that to me is way more personal than just shipping things. I could ship stuff anywhere that I need to, anywhere in my territory. My territory is huge. Muggsy, how you doing, Muggsy? I hope you're doing well, buddy. My neighbor over there, Mr. Muggsy Siegel. It's hard to say, Oliver, because each day is different. I mean, yesterday with the miles that I did, it's hard to say. I mean, I could say I could do an easy 200 yesterday is probably what I did. With all the driving around. I mean, yesterday I went out Route 78 all the way out to Bernardsville, and then down to Flemington, New Jersey, and then up from Flemington. It was like 2.5 hours each way. But my territory is, I think more. Yeah, I don't even know. I don't know. I don't track it, so I don't know. It's hard for me to say. I just know from where I live to the Hamptons is like 150 miles. So my territory is from Queens, Mobland. There he is. Good to see you, buddy. So my territory is the Hamptons, up to Newburgh, New York, over to Middletown, New York, and then into Jersey. Everything north of basically like Princeton, Flemington. I feel bad turning this off. Is there anyone else on? Should I go in, drop this off, and come back out? Are you guys gonna stick around if I Or should I just shut this off and quit while I'm ahead? Let me see if there's any MRE still doing his test over there. Action Kid still driving to Disney. No one else is doing anything else. Wow. You know what? I'll stick around. Okay, let me run in there real quick. If you guys are still here, we'll keep filming. We'll keep filming. Well, this shouldn't be too long. Throw a couple of Altoids in there. You know, Mike F is staying. All right, buddy. I love you guys. You know, I love you guys, but I hate you guys because you guys are why this channel isn't just deleted, and you know why I haven't just said F this, I'm gone, because you guys, you're something else. You really are. I understand though. I really understand. I get it. I know once you kind of have something that you to me it's background noise. It's something. Did we just release another product? Oh, come on. A whole nother product already? Another backsplash, another ceramic backsplash. Let's just see. Oh, it's another part of it. Okay, all right, guys, 13 people now. Look at this. Can you believe this? I'll be right back. Let me go bring these people their sample, and I'll be back, okay? Of course, I thought you saw that puddle. If you guys saw that puddle when I was pulling in, of course, I parked right in front of it, so now I'm obviously standing in it. They're getting some porcelain and they're getting some ceramics. All right, fellas, I'll be back. Oh, I'm so sorry if there's anyone left. That took way longer than expected. So sorry, guys. Ayaz! Ayaz! Oh, if you're still here, Ayaz. What's going on, man? How you doing, buddy? I don't know if I missed anyone else. Damn, I can't believe I missed Ayaz. Yo, Ange. All right, let's see. Maybe if we start all of a sudden. All righty. Ah, you guys are the best. You guys are the best. That took a little longer than expected. We got into it. What do you think I got into a conversation with in there? We got into a conversation about real estate. See, I think that's why my customers. So, all right. Let's get a little philosophical right now. No one likes having someone come try to sell them anything, right? No one likes that. No one likes someone walk into their business trying to sell them something. Now, when I walk into these businesses, I'm not necessarily trying to sell them anything. If you look in front of you, all these products in front of you, I want them to know who I am and use my product if they need it, right? So what I did for these people today was a favor. I brought them samples that they really needed for a project, right? Now, they requested the samples. Now, I know them. I have a working relationship with them. I've been working with them for a long time now. I know what they have in their showroom. They know what I have for products. Oh, this guy's not going to block me in behind me, right? No. Truck, no. No. Keep going. Oh, you got to be kidding me. Oh, that's great. How the hell am I going to get out of here? Oh, this XPO guy's got to be kidding me. This friggin' guy. He'd better have given me enough room. All right, you're going to see some maneuvering now, guys. Let's see. Wait until you see where this truck just parked behind. All right, let's see if I can go this way. We'll go this way. Okay. All right, so where was I going with this? I have a working relationship with them. But obviously, you know, there's a lot of me, so to speak. There's a lot of people. This guy's making me pull a wide turn here now, going into freaking traffic. I'm not the only player in town in the tile and ceramic game. There's a lot of different companies. There's a lot of places. So, you know, when someone walks into that store and says, "Hey, I want to redo my kitchen, or I want to redo my bath, or I need tile," I just want those people in there to think of me. Because they can think of me, they can think of the other guy, they can think of the guy that's over there, the guy that's over here. Thank you all of a sudden. I just want them to think of me because I may or may not have what they need. If the person comes in and says, you know, I'm looking for a white 12 by 24 Carrera look polished. I have that, and about 15 other companies around here have that. Now, what's going to make those people show the people that walked into the store my product? Well, do I have good customer service? Behind me, my warehouse, do my orders go out? You know, when you call my warehouse, is the customer service nasty? Is it like calling the Department of Motor Vehicles? Pricing. How's my pricing? Am I more expensive? Usually everything comes down to the person. Who do you want to buy from? I need those people to say, well, I want to buy this tile from Mike, because I can get it from Mike, Joe, John, Anthony. Their pricing is all basically the same because, you know, it's a market. Everything kind of evens out. We all know what the pricing is. You know, customer service, our office does offer customer service, but I need them to say, no, I want to order this from Mike. Let me get it from Mike. And then that way I know, like, if I need a sample right away from it, maybe Mike will run it out to me. Like I just did today. Now, also, what I think a major key is, right? Technically, I am a salesman. right? And why I say that is because I am the account manager, meaning I am responsible for the sales on the account. So I'm not necessarily trying to sell. I'm not putting a sales pitch on you all the time, but I'm responsible for the sales on the account because I'm the manager of the account. Now, when I went in there today and I brought them these samples, most people in my position would have taken another product that we have and showed it to them and tried to get them to show it in their showroom in a salesy type of way, if that makes sense. I could have walked in and said, hey, here's the sample you needed. I got it for you. I did you this favor. Here you go. Now, while I'm here, let me show you this. This is a brand new ceramic we have. It comes in two sizes. It comes in a 4x4 and a 2x6. It comes glazed and gloss. I can get you, but I could have went right into a sales pitch. And you know what? People hate that. I'm saying that as a salesman. People do not like that. They don't want to be sold. And especially something like that. So that's why I walked into there today. I drop off the samples and I say, how are you guys doing? What's going on? How's business? A little busy. The conversation went to real estate, went to interest rates, went to property taxes. I don't know. We didn't even talk about tile. We did not talk about tile. Not one bit of tile. Now, let me preface this. If there's a product I have that I need them to know about, and I should have probably told them about it, but they know my products already. There's nothing new that I haven't showed them recently. Sales is funny because people don't want to be sold. People want to be sold, but they don't want to be sold. People want to be convinced to do something, but they don't like the feeling of being convinced to do something. Mr. Batters, come. In my world, the close is a little different. In my world, so like if I have something to display, like those displays you saw in that window, if I have a display and I feel like I really want to put this display into that showroom, and they're coming back to me and they're saying, we really don't have room in the showroom. We don't have room on the wall. We have too much stuff on the walls already. We don't have room for this. If they really think that product can really do well in there, I need to get my sales pitch on. I really need to try to close that and get that material up on that wall. But that's few and far between. Most of the times, if a customer is doing business with me and I walk into there with something that I want to put into their showroom, they're going to put it into the showroom. If they're not willing to put my products into the showroom, I'm not doing business with them in general. So to me, in my world, I did just potentially close something because I brought the samples, I did the favor, I put a smile on their face, I didn't stress them out with trying to convince them to do anything they didn't want to do. I'm now on the top of their mind. In this world, it's really, really out of sight, out of mind. If you don't come around, if you don't see these people, if you just shoot them emails, you're out of sight, out of mind. So Mr. Batters, you are right. You are always closing. It's not like the sale needs to come from, the actual sale comes from homeowners walking into that store and those people closing the sale using my product. I'm not in there at the time of the sale trying to convince the people to go with my product. That's up to the people in that store. So I have to hope that those people like me enough and they like my whatever. They like my product. They like the pricing. They feel comfortable ordering from me. If you order from a company and every time you order from them there's a problem, the tile comes broken, it's late, it doesn't show up when it's supposed to, and then they just look bad to their customers. So there is always a close. It's a sale, a different type of close in this industry though, for sure. Yeah, yo, Edge, it's more that, you know, when I first started off in sales, I started on the finance side. I took the Series 7. I had my Series 7, my 63, my life accident and health. I was a financial advisor for MetLife. I was working in the JP Morgan building on 266 Park Avenue. Park Avenue and what is that, like 43rd over there, Mr. Batters? That was just cold calling and sell. Do not hang up the phone. Do not accept no. Holy crap, I need gas. I just realized I need gas. That was just sell. You know, you're not doing anything right unless you're convincing someone to buy these stocks. If they don't buy these stocks, you fail. Where the industry I'm in right now, it's a bit more of a relationship builder, like Joanne just said. It's a more of just staying on top of their mind, knowing that I'm around, knowing if they need something, you know, out of the ordinary, I might be able to hop in and help them out with it. It's different. And it's funny, again, too, going back to what I was telling you folks before, in that I am not a very outgoing person, which it's most people that are in my position that are any sort of sales or account management are the opposite. You can't shut them up. So that's another thing too. A lot of people that have my type of position, they have the type of personality where they like to talk. You get them going and they'll chew your ear off. A lot of times customers don't want that middle of the day at work in their showroom. They don't, you know, people are miserable. I mean, let's just say it quite frankly. You know, if you're at work, you're sitting there at work, do you want someone coming in, whether he's selling you or not, and just kind of chewing your ear? Maybe you do, maybe you don't. I don't know. But, it's fun. You deal with problems every once in a while. Orders get messed up. But it is what it is. So I'm back on the Northern State Parkway, heading back towards Queens. Mr. Batters, thank you. You know, I wish I could. Thank you. That's all I'm going to say. Thank you. I wish I could realize it myself, is what I'm saying. But I hear that. I hear that from Oliver. I hear it from Edwin. I appreciate it. It's even, I joke around with this dart league. I'm in 2 dart leagues. We just played last night. I'm shot. I don't want to go talking to people now. You know, I'm not a big bar guy. You're there and it's people. Just people. I don't know. I'm flying right now. I gotta slow down. I didn't even realize how fast I was going. I'm not even gonna tell you guys how fast I'm just going, or how fast I'm going right now. Let me get past this person. You know, she's flying too. Everyone's flying. I can't even keep up. Right, so we're gonna get off here soon. Where am I gonna go? I have to do. All right, I'm going to think out loud, guys. So if I'm not making sense to you guys, this is me just thinking out loud for the next couple of minutes, all right? Let me check my emails. I have to there's emails that I have to get to. So I have to get back to my laptop. I have to get off the road. I have to get to my laptop. I need to do emails. I need to order samples. I need to eat. So I definitely need to get tacos. I think I'm getting tacos. Or I can go to the Hog Guy. I kind of need a haircut too. My hair is getting a little out of control. I really need to hit the barber up. Dean, Dean, get your ass up here. I dropped the link. Where are you? Let me see if I can do it again. You work at Dean? What are you doing? Yeah, I need to slow down. Jesus Christ. I'm racing people here. I'm racing BMWs I have no business racing. Oh my God, everyone's flying. I mean, I'm going to tell you guys right now, I'm doing 80 miles per hour. I couldn't even get over. Everyone's flying. Jeez. I mean, I got weight in the trunk. I can't keep up. Can't keep up with the Joneses over here in Long Island. Hold on. So we're hitting the Bethpage area, South Oyster Bay Road, back into Nassau County, getting back into the belly of Nassau. Oh, I need to get to a gas station. I need a gas station real quick. Real quick. I don't know what to do, guys. What to do? Let me see if I have any other. All of a sudden, no. I really, actually, really appreciate you saying that. I really do. And I'm not, Ollie. You know, I just won't if I don't want to. I'm not. It is extremely it's just shocking, surprising to hear that you guys actually like this and enjoy it. Said it from the beginning. I mean, I think what I have to offer is a live look-in on the most popular, famous area of the world. So who wouldn't want to see what New York City looks like right now? I mean, I think, what's it called? The globe cams or the world cams that they have, like the live Earth view. There's just live streams of, you know, like the Atlantic City Boardwalk or, I don't know, Rio de Janeiro, right? There's just live streams of just, you know, them showing these places. So that's basically what this is, right? You're just getting kind of a look in you're also getting a look in like what traffic looks like in different areas, different parts of the day.
What are you doing?
Dingo, what's going on, man?
Nothing. Just hanging out. Couldn't refuse a request from you.
Are you at work? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to drag you on if you didn't want to.
No, not at all. I'm just hanging out.
Good.
Perfect.
Good.
Yup. Enjoying the ride with you.
I appreciate it. Yeah, no, I was just saying, like the and just to respond to who's this, Gianni? Yeah, no, I think I've just been honest with how I get what you guys are saying. I truly appreciate it. I won't come on, you know, I no one's forcing me to do this. Not one person's forcing me to do this. So, and I think Edwin's words this morning kind of really, I'm like, man, I really got to get on there and just say hello to everyone. And Dean, you know, like we've spoken about it, it's you know me. I'm really not that outgoing of a person, I guess is the best way to put it. If that makes sense, right?
Right. Hey, listen, they got to understand that,
Right. And I'm a listener. I listen to a lot, like even with what I was saying to you yesterday with the gentleman, the content creator that
Yeah.
that we were talking about. Like I listen to what a lot of people have to say. I think there's got to be a big distinction between being, being viewers of someone in the sense that you're part of their viewership and in their fandom, as opposed to just paying attention to what someone has to say.
Right.
And what got me into this was really, the history of organized crime, so to speak, and Ghost Boy talking about things that were going on in the neighborhood, current day,
Right.
and stuff like that. So to me, I'm a listener. I love having background noise on. I love when I'm in the car. I don't like necessarily listening to music in the car while I'm working. I don't know if that sounds weird, but like when I'm in the car listening to music, like I'll do it on Saturday and Sunday. But right now when I'm working, I'm not in the mood to listen to music. Like it'll put me in the mood to like stop working, if that makes sense. So that's why I like talk radio. I've always listened to talk radio. I've listened to sports radio. I've listened to political talk radio. Now, the whole thing with content versus non-content, if you think about it, Dean, think about someone like Rush Limbaugh, who's probably considered like the top radio show host who could just get up there and just speak to a microphone, right? Now, did he necessarily have content every day, or did he just kind of speak about what was going on in the world?
Perfect. I mean, the guy every day woke up, did a show on what he thought was going on, what he thought was right, and everybody wanted to listen to him.
And
exactly what you said. How many people don't want to listen to music, don't want to do this, they put a talk show on to get other views and opinions from other people.
That is the true talent. And I think, he used to say it sometimes, and it was true, that you're talented at this if your viewers, like if Gianni Catalano right now is sitting where he is and he feels like I'm talking to him and we're in a conversation and he's like, talking back to me through his screen, then we're doing a good job.
Yes.
If Chris Rock is answering me right now, like if Chris Rock just said, yeah, you're right, Skip, we're doing a good job. That's what truly, and not in the content. Like Ralph Mucci's Sunday Night Show is a perfect example of you could do a nice weekly content show. Pick a topic, run with that topic. Anthony ALV, content. It's either the wine or it's the ghost stories.
Yep.
You could do that. That you could do a content, but Ralph can also do a show like what me and you do, where we just speak, we're just talking. But when you compare it to like the professionals, right? I don't compare it to a big YouTube channel. I compare it to Sean Hannity. I compare it to Rush Limbaugh. I compare it to Howard Stern. I compare it to who was the guy? What was his name? And now you know the rest of the story. That guy. What was his name?
I don't remember.
Someone's got to. Now you know the rest of the story. These are talk radio. That's the talent. But they didn't necessarily have content. They did. If it's politics, then what's going on? Who gave a speech? What's going on with the election season? But it's general or sports. Mike Francesa, Mike and the Mad Dog, sports radio, talk radio, WFAN. Like right now, when you turn on sports radio, what's the content? I mean, Jets, Giants. There's nothing specific. It's kind of what's going on. So
Well, that's the whole thing, Skipper, too. Now, you hit the nail on the head. Okay, you're a younger guy. Dindu's an older guy. Dindu hates TV. You couldn't get me to turn on this TV. They thought I had a problem at one time. I was done with TV. So all I loved was my music. I worked. I didn't have time for TV. If it wasn't the Yankees or sports or fighting, I didn't want to know nothing. It was all garbage. Gummeria to Dindu. So all of a sudden, 3 years ago, someone said, "Dean, do you ever go to YouTube Music and YouTube videos and YouTube and YouTube and YouTube and YouTube?" I said, "Yeah, well, I'm gonna go there a lot more." What the hell did I find? A bunch of great people, a way to vent, a way to get therapy, and a way to communicate with people. I could do this all day long. Okay. Todd Father's got a show in the morning. I'm there. Okay. Next up, Dean Buzet too. Next up, this guy. Whoever popping on. Say Mooch pops on. Stiggs pops on. You got more people popping on. That's more excitement and entertainment. At least you're getting your social. Yes, your social aspect. You're getting your mind exercised. You could put that where you want to go with that, but at least you're in doing something, not just sitting there watching TV, eating chips, complaining about the world. So
I agree.
But
I generally speaking, like I'm the guy that like my friends before Mike F was right. Paul Harvey. I don't remember Paul Harvey.
Paul Harvey, there you go.
Now he would give that story. He would give like a backstory to it, and he would end it. Now you know the rest.
Right.
But and then Gianni was correct in when he said, Dindu, he said that music more kind of lets your mind wander, go aloft. Where true talk radio keeps you engaged. You're engaged in the conversation, and that's what's key with it. But with me, also with you, Dindu, I'm the guy that like people my age make fun of me because I have never watched Game of Thrones. I never watched Shameless. I never watched Billion. You name a show, I've probably never seen it. All like the real popular shows. I've never been a TV guy. I've always enjoyed following politics, so I was always kind of a news guy. But my thing is, if you're on the, I'll let very general. If you're on the right, you need to follow news that's on the left. If you're on the left, you need to follow news that's on the right. You need to follow it all. You need to follow it all. So my whole and my whole thing, I guess, with the timing of YouTube was like, I enjoy politics. When I was in high school, I was talking politics with people, but that was back in the early Bush days when like it was different. Now I don't even want, I'm not even trying to go there on this channel, but it's just, it's not the same, it's just not the same. It's like yucky now. Now before no one talked it, and if you did, it was a rarity, and you just moved on. But now it's a yucky subject. So when you take politics out, or news, and I'm not big into movies or this and that, I developed. I know you know the story, but I found out about YouTube by listening to Apple Tunes podcasts, and I ran across one that was named Armchair and the Button Man with John Panisi.
Right.
Now, what struck my attention to that gentleman's last name is that my father worked on Wall Street with his cousin.
Wow.
Straight on Wall Street, Panisi. Right. So that was a name that when your dad works with someone, your dad's really good friend. You're just a name you always hear. You always hear growing up. You just always hear it.
Yeah.
John Panisi. John. But that was just a name. And his cousin was Wall Street, Merrill Lynch, nothing
Right.
like that. So, which I think the other one is too, but whatever. So that's why when I came across that, I'm like, what? I'm like, and I remember telling my dad, I'm like, what is this your friend here? What is your friend doing? Like this, and that. And then that's when at that point, now I didn't even know the guy was a rat. Obviously, I didn't know anything. I didn't know anything. So now I'm trying to figure out, like, is this the guy that my dad worked with? Like, now I'm trying to figure this out. And no, it turns out it's a cousin, not the same guy. And then I'm listening, and and I kind of figure out what's going on. And I'm like, all right, whatever. But what got me to YouTube is, you're not going to believe this, is that I'm listening to one of these shows, and Panisi shouted out Brooklyn guy Vinny Bracco on YouTube. And I'm like, on YouTube? I'm like, what do you, I'm like, my daughter uses YouTube. I didn't even have a login. I had nothing for YouTube. My daughter did. She played Roblox and all this and this. So I'm like, so I go to my daughter, who at the time she turned 9 yesterday. So I don't know, she's 7, 6, whatever. And I'm like, can you find this Brooklyn guy, Vinny Bracco, here on YouTube? So oh, look at this, my old neighbor. How's it going, man? How are you doing? I'm doing okay. Not too bad. Just had the daughter's birthday yesterday. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. That's my old neighbor when I was married.
Right, you run into everybody.
Yep. He's ex-detective, actually.
Right.
Yeah. So I had my daughter pretty much, find this Brooklyn guy, Vinny Bracco.
Right.
And so when I first found out about Brooklyn guy, I saw he was live, right? But I had seen that he was, he had already had like a month's worth of shows or something. So I didn't get the whole concept of the live chat. I went backwards. Carlos, good to see you, buddy.
Carlos Gringo, what's going down? My man.
He did, Gianni. He did. Yes, he did. So where was I going with this? Oh, so I go back and I watch Vinny's old stuff. I wasn't even in the live chat. I just went back and started watching his old stuff, and then finally I caught up where I had nothing else to watch. And again, what we said with Panisi, Dean do. Vinny's there. He's talking about Brooklyn. He's talking about my neighborhood. He's talking about this and that. So I'm like, this is interesting. I could sit here and just listen to this guy talk. Sure enough, I finally hop into the live stream. I say hello, and then not too long after that, Shinebox was putting together a trip to Philadelphia to go meet up with cousin Paulie, and before you know it, me, Vinny Bracco, Tom LaVecchia, friggin' Joey Bay 8th, all in Philadelphia, and that was the start of it all. It was crazy.
Right.
It was
unbelievable. But I remember it all.
Oh, you know what? While I'm doing this, I should I'm gonna go right across the street and grab gas. I just realized I'm on E and the thing is blinking.
If you run out of gas during this show, I'll run there. Okay, that'll be it for me. Skipper's on we'd have to put Coltrane right in the trunk if you ever found out you ran out of gas. Oh boy.
And Carlos, you're right about that. Cousin Paulie is very, very good people, and he was he was one of the first people I met on here. All right, you people, I'm not going through the light. You didn't see that, really.
Cousin Paulie's always been straight on, man.
Yep, he's good.
Good man.
We went out to eat. He took us to a nice restaurant over there.
Hey,
I need to get back down there and see him.
Like you said, when we first all came on here, nobody knew what the hell was going on. Are you kidding me?
Well, it was it was so different to the point where out of nowhere, a spur of the moment trip to Philadelphia was planned, and not for nothing, but I didn't realize it at the time, but now thinking back and now thinking about it, if you think about it. Tom LaVecchia probably wasn't the most popular person in the world in that part of the world, in that neighborhood. And we're all just kind of just sitting there. eating, not thinking it at the moment. But
Right.
meanwhile, he's interviewing who he is, and we're in South Philly eating dinner. And it's kind of like you don't realize it, but
Hey, listen, it's all good, man. Like I said, we all came in here crawling. Now we're walking. What are you going to do?
Right.
What are you
And
going to
then
do?
even after that, if you remember the Toys for Tots thing too,
Yep.
we all got together, and that was when that was basically, it was a shit show after that. That was the downfall after the Toys for Tots. That was another thing that we all got together for. Lavecchia,
Right.
Bracco.
Well, God forbid you were doing something good for society on YouTube.
Right.
Oh,
Then all of a
you
sudden it
know,
turned into stealing and X, Y, and
yeah,
Z and all
God
that.
forbid you got a couple good men trying to do the right thing. Okay. And if you're not a solid guy, you're going to fall right into that bullshit.
Right.
Even though
Right.
you're doing the right thing, you're still going to fall into their bullshit, their narrative. That's why you have to ignore everything. So, doing the right thing is hard sometimes. It's a hard task,
It
you
is.
know,
It's usually
because
harder.
not everybody wants the right thing to happen. Not everybody cheers for the right thing. Not everybody likes the right thing. You can go on and on.
Yeah, no,
You
it
know,
was completely different, and it's honestly, it's a shame. It's a shame, kind of what happened. I don't know if you remember, but just type
no,
this. I remember I came on your show like a while ago before I stopped going on, and I'm like, I have a feeling this whole genre is going to kind of like come together. I think I told you.
crash too. So, yeah, yeah, yeah.
It was. I think I was right, but not right. I I saw it kind of like blowing up and then reorganizing itself, if that makes sense. Because there's too many, like with the whole sides, it kind of sucks with that. Because I know there's people that like I'll never talk to, that maybe they're nice people and we could probably have good conversations. Even like with the New York stuff in general, I feel like on the other quote unquote side, there's a lot of New Yorkers that like maybe would enjoy my channel, or have a
We were
discussion about New
just
York and this
talking
and that.
about that. I don't mean to interrupt you.
No,
We
no.
were just talking about that. 80 to 90% of this is New Yorkers.
Yes. Yeah. No. Most.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's the truth. I mean, there are so many New Yorkers behind these avatars. It's not even funny.
And I like I said, I know a lot of them probably just because of circumstance and because of the YouTube politics or whatever. We'll never, we're never gonna link up. Although you never know with the way that stuff happens on here. It's almost like the Big Bang Theory here. It's like everything blows up and then it kind of reorganizes in a new way, and then it blows up again and it kind of reorganizes in a new way. The most consistent has been this little group, if you want to call it that. The non-existent group, as Tommy Stiggs would say, that we're all a part of here. You know what I mean? I think
Right.
in terms of just consistency and you know, I,
Well,
I
you
don't
know
know.
what? I'm going to tell you what it's called, Skipper. What we have here, like you said, it's just like the streets. Real recognizes real.
Like,
It's only been a
that's
year
true.
and a half. It's only been a year and a half. That ain't shit to figure out people, to know people, to get involved with people. It really ain't. I think about it like this. I've been up here a year and a half. I already uncovered 15, 20 people that are on Team Dindu that I could turn around and say, why don't you just go ask them people how I am? That's a great
That was
feeling.
that was evident right away, though, Tinu, because I think that's like
No, I know.
that's
Well,
going to
we're
tell
not
you whether or
bullshitters.
not. Right, that's going to tell you whether or not you have this little base. I like the little, like with politics, like you have your base of supporters, that base that that's
Yes.
there, that's, you need to establish that first. If
Right.
you're going to want to have the channels like we have, and I've always said also, if you want a big YouTube channel, you have to neglect your base and go to the algorithm. And in order to go to the
Okay.
algorithm, you have to neglect your base to a certain amount. You have to,
Yeah.
because, for
Now, wait.
example,
You hit the nail on the head. Wait, let me just fit this in there. Our base, all of us, our base was thousands of people. They all were in this community of the mob genre. Okay. So now, just like you said, our base was already set here. It's how the man or woman went about with their content and what they brought to that. I could say fight. It wasn't even I don't know. It's what you brought to that fight. And if you were a real person, didn't lie or bullshit, guess what? You're here talking to us, and you're in this chat room right now.
Right.
So, I mean, you'll see it. You'll see it. That's all I see right now. Real around real.
And that's. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I could hear you. Breaking up a little bit, but you're all right.
Yeah. Let me hold on. Let me.
Go ahead. It's not bad.
Yeah. I actually have to pop out. I'll pop right back in because I connected to my Bluetooth and it's not going to work. Let me get back out.